Hey. Thank you. I have the opportunity to introduce Celia Reigelman, who is one of the Beasley bourgeoisie. She's my second one to go. I'm really excited. I have known Celia forever because she went to Bloom, and I knew the Reigelmans, and I know her brother. And I used to talk to Celia when she was little, and she would just walk by me and pretend like she didn't hear me at all, like for years. And then finally, when she got to middle school, she started talking to me. And then I got the opportunity to have her as an advisee, which has been wonderful. I just love the Reigelman family, and Celia, I'm really sad that I will have no more Reigelmans to teach. But Celia, I hope you do a great job. And good luck.
Life has taken me on some difficult roads throughout middle school, but I think this is all for the better. I've determined my interests in things I may not particularly enjoy as much. I'm so thankful for all the good and bad things that have happened to me throughout middle school because they have shaped me into the person I am today. One quote that I think best captures my time throughout middle school is by Lao Tzu. Life is a series of natural and spontaneous changes. Don't resist them, that only creates sorrow. Let reality be reality. Let things flow naturally forward in whatever way they like. I couldn't always control what happened, but things have a funny way of working out. Something bad may happen, and sure, in the moment I would think things should have been different. But these bad things always make way for better chances to come in the future. There are many things I wouldn't have the opportunity to do if it weren't for the hardships I have faced. Playing sports has always been a part of my life. I started swimming in the summer with my friends several years ago. Since then, we have barely had time apart from each other during the summer. I have grown to be competitive in the summer and winter. Though I did not swim this year due to COVID, it will still be something I enjoy doing very much. I've been playing field hockey since 4th grade and have developed a strong passion for it. In 7th grade, I started playing goalie. The rush of excitement and fear when the ball is in the circle is unmatchable. That was one thing I couldn't get playing on the field. This is only my 2nd year playing goalie, but I have to continue throughout high school. It can be very boring during most of the game, but at least I get a lot of playing time. One person who really helped me improve this year was Miss Payne. During practice, she came in a few times and really helped me understand more about angles and the perspective of field players. Miss Payne only came in a couple times, but I think I got a lot better because of it. I also spent a lot of time at home practicing stopping with my feet, hitting flicks, and moving from one side of the goal to the other fast. Though there were some days where I really didn't want to go to practice, I did anyway and had a great time. I have learned to appreciate the sport more, and working harder outside of practice has made games and practice so much more enjoyable. Because of the change from playing forward to now playing goalie, I can now talk to my teammates more easily during games, practice, and honestly anytime. Playing with my teammates has created some subtle bonds with people who I'm very fortunate to have in my life. In 6th grade, I started taking French, and I only saw it as another class. But over the years, I've really grown an interest in it. Knowing more than one language is an incredible skill to have, and though I'm nowhere near to being fluent in French, I hope to be someday. I'm so fascinated with the French language, food, lifestyle, and culture. Learning a new language is also incredibly rewarding. With every new word you learn, it not only expands your vocabulary little by little, but it also gives you an opportunity to write and say so many more complex sentences. I've been in Madame Hoban's class in 6th and 8th grade, and it's probably the class I look forward to the most, even if it's first thing in the morning. She makes learning so fun, and it makes me want to learn more. A long time ago, I visited Paris. The city is so beautiful, and hearing the language being spoken amazed me. Even though I went there when I was young, I knew I wanted to go back there again, and I still do. The city is peaceful in the morning and so beautiful with all the lights at night. Whenever I think of a morning in Paris, I think of waking up to a beautiful sunny sky and going down to the bakery and getting a fresh croissant. This could just be me thinking about my Pinterest feed, but the city really is incredible, and it sparked my interest in learning the French language. When the time came to pick which language you wanted to take in middle school, I immediately chose French. I'm so glad that I had the opportunity to learn French throughout middle school. One of my favorite projects we did was a weather project in 6th grade. We got in groups with a few of our friends and each did a weather report of a French-speaking country in a video. Probably what I enjoy most about this project and many writing assignments we get is that you can make up crazy things as long as it's in French. For this project, you could say, "Il pleut de ketchup," which means it's raining ketchup. I will be forever grateful that I had the chance to immerse myself in the French language and culture over the past few years. I switched friend groups a couple times throughout middle school, but I think this is all for the better. Most recently, me and a group of people just stopped talking mutually. That was probably one of the only good things that came out of quarantine because they were not the best people to be around at the time. Distance from them helped me discover so much more about myself. I can also thank a few people who came into my life for this. They told me the benefits of being more positive and the benefits of caring more about more things. When I first heard what they were saying, it overwhelmed me a lot. I didn't know how to start being more positive, and I also didn't see much of a need to. Even though I doubted that this would actually do anything, this definitely planted a seed in my head, and I'm very glad it did. To me, all of this is also really important because it showed that they care about me and my well-being. This conversation we had helped me realize that what they were saying was beneficial. They said that if I go into something with a bad mindset and think it will be bad, it probably will be. But feeling bad about something I haven't experienced yet is not what I would encourage, because I would pick out bad aspects of it and try to find bad things about it simply because I didn't like the idea of it from the start. However, if I went into a situation having a more positive attitude towards it, it would most likely be so much more enjoyable because I'm not finding things I don't like about it. When I first started 6th grade, I wasn't expecting to be where I am right now, but I think I really grew. Throughout middle school, I developed a few bad habits. Procrastination is something I'm still trying to work on, but to be honest, it's not going very well. I always do homework either late the night before or right before class starts. As for essays and projects, the due date or the day before is the day I start them. I get distracted so easily, which is definitely a major factor to procrastination. This has made me very stressed out about things, but it also drives me to get the assignment over with quickly and work more hard on it. It's very weird and hard to explain, but somehow I'm not failing all my classes. I've also developed bad eating habits. I find myself watching when I eat a lot and beating myself up if I eat too many calories. This has been hard to control and still can be sometimes, but it has improved greatly. Most times I felt hungry, I would tell myself I'm just thirsty and I drank water or chewed gum instead of eating a meal. And most times I felt bad about myself, I wouldn't eat no matter how hungry I was. This completely destroyed my energy throughout the day. I really never thought things would get like this, and it's so kind of shocking to me how I let myself do this. But watching videos and talking to a few people has helped me learn more and how to get help. Some days it would be hard to do so much as get ready for school, and I just wanted to stay in bed all day. But knowing that other people struggle with this has helped me feel a little more normal and not alone. Now I have a few people who I can thank for leading me to where I am today. First, I would like to thank my parents for constantly supporting me with sports, after-school activities, and hardships I faced. My mom and I always laugh when we see birthday cards with Lizzo playing the flute, and she has been a huge influence on my love for cooking and baking. My dad is always there to beat me in ping pong, but is also there to lose in the game of boggle. Next, I would like to thank Miss Payne. Miss Payne taught my 6th grade English class very important things to consider about annotating and analyzing stories and how to tell the deeper meaning of a text. She also filled every lesson and out-of-class conversation with life lessons that I will never forget and will use throughout the rest of my life. One of them being not to put on a mask or fake your personality, because it's just not worth it. Everyone has heard this at least once in their life, but just kind of ignores it. But I'm really glad that she ingrained this message into our minds, especially so early in middle school, because this is where you're starting to find yourself. She was also an incredible coach in those few practices, and not to mention she was a great English teacher. Lastly, I would like to dedicate my speech to Madam Hogan. She is an incredible teacher who teaches us so much every day. She pushes me every class to work my hardest, and because of this, I've become a better French speaker and student in general. She is always there for you if you need someone to talk to about anything, help with homework, something you're struggling with, or even just to talk to her about random things. Throughout my middle school experience, I've become so much more confident in my beliefs, and I've become a much better student in person. I've learned how to deal with difficult situations life has thrown at me, and how to learn from them as well. If it weren't for the spontaneous changes, I would not be where I am today.